What's going on, pond people? It's Brad with Pondscapes of Charlotte. We're entering in the new year of 2023 with a relining and an upgrading of the filter systems on this existing pond. In the middle of our building process, like at the worst possible time. A couple things that we're going to do here is we're going to take out some of these plants right here that's actually blocking the view of the pond. So as you're walking up to the front door, the pond, which is supposed to be the focal point of the yard, is kind of hidden a little too well. They also have an existing skimmer which has like some brushels in it, and the plumbing is a little wacky. It's just not functioning as well as an updated skimmer would. So we're going to remove the old skimmer and install a brand new one. It's going to give the customer more time to be able to be out here enjoying the water feature with family and friends, and less time having to unclog filters and take care of it. The other thing is this water feature starts off with a pipe for the waterfall. It doesn't have any biological filtration other than the rocks and gravel that's already in the water feature. So we're gonna improve that by adding in something called a biofalls. That's gonna help improve water quality. It's gonna keep the pond cleaner, and it's also gonna be provide a healthier ecosystem for these fish. Our goal here is to get everything looking great, reduce the maintenance, and cut down these plants so that the family can enjoy their pond more and work on it less. So without further ado, let's get started.
What's up, pond people? First step we gotta do is get rid of this net and remove these fish. Chente, how many fish you about to hand me?
One.
Nice and delicately, we're gonna place this guy and his 6 little friends into a holding tank while we're doing some home renovations. And then we're gonna go ahead and rip apart his beloved home. So the guys are gonna just toss these rocks into a pile. We'll be reusing them because this is actually a reliner. No additional rocks are going to be brought in. We're just going to reuse what we got and make it a lot better. If you've ever watched HGTV, you know, like some Chip and Joanna Gaines type stuff, you know the demo day can be the funnest. You just got to rip stuff apart, rip these bushes out, toss some rocks, dismantle this old plumbing that just was all sorts of wacky. So the guys are having a good time just ripping this thing up today. It also amazes me that something that probably took days to build can be ripped up in just one day. So, you know, dismantling is a lot easier than putting together, but putting together is a lot more pretty than dismantling. So that's what we do here. We put it together. You can see Darren here tactically dismantling that skimmer. It's supposed to be a rectangle, but it's been warped to look more like a piece of bow tie pasta. As you just heard, we were visited by Swedish 80s pop duo Roxette. So thank you guys for helping out on the build. With all of that old underlayment and liner out of the way, we can go ahead and re-sculpt the pond and stream. Chente approves of what we're up to. We just got to make it more pondscapey. It was too much of a bowl before, too rounded edges. We need nice straight edges for our builds. And then to finish off the first day, we're going to go ahead and get the biofalls and a little bit of the plumbing set. Darren's doing some under the leg work here. He's not showing off. He's honestly just that good that he can do that kind of thing. So overall, a good first day. Day 2, we're going to go ahead and start making this thing look like an actual water feature. We're going to reuse the old liner as underlayment. It's not going to be touching water. It's going to be on the ground, touching the dirt, and then we're going to put our underlayment over it and then our new liner on top of it. It just adds an extra layer of protection. I wasn't around to help out with this day of filming, so you're going to see a little bit of what the guys captured. So we got Darren working on that skimmer faceplate, and then we got Brad voicing his true opinions about me.
We never used a stand for this thing. I don't know why Evan never uses it.
Alright, maybe it wasn't his opinion about me, but actually his opinion about my stand usage, which is actually valid. I don't use that stand, so we'll let that one slide and just go on back to the skimmer action. You can see here Darren's getting that perfect napkin cut.
Beautiful.
The guys are going to go ahead and rock up that pond and then move on up the stream. They're also going to go ahead and seal up the biofalls, and I think here Brad's going to reveal his secret to making the perfect wonton.
I pinch it like this. Oh yeah, that's right. And bring it back, and it's like
Yeah, so I'd say pretty much everything is going perfect and there's nothing that could go wrong.
All right, guys, we showed up here this morning. We had to take the day off yesterday because it rained maybe 2 or 3 inches. When we wrapped up the day before, we didn't have the edging of the water feature done. So all this rainwater that was coming down this hill ended up getting behind the liner and going underneath it. Once we drained the water, which was about filled right here inside the pond, there's huge amount of water underneath. And this happened because we got dumped on with rain in the middle of our building process, like at the worst possible time. So we're gonna have to address this today, make sure we figure out a way to get this water out, and then finish the edging of the water feature. So the next time they get a bunch of rain, it's going to be running away from the water feature, not underneath it. As far as what we're gonna do, I have no idea yet, but we're gonna have to figure it out. So stay tuned.
All right, guys, Braden here. We're getting to the fun part. We're getting excited. We've got all the stream rocks in, and we're gonna start building the waterfall. So now I'm starting to really slow down a little bit and look at these rocks and see how they can come together. So I'm thinking that this is gonna be like a little split level rock with 2 waterfalls, and trying to wind it a little so that it has more of a meandering look and less of a straight look. So we're having fun, and we're getting to all the exciting stuff now.
All right, guys, so we did some brainstorming. We're gonna have to deconstruct part of this wall so we can pull back the liner and stick one of our pumps there. And I'm hoping we're gonna be able to pump the majority of this water out so we can continue working here. All right, guys, so Darren and I worked. We had to deconstruct some of this wall to pull back this liner. And we actually dug, and you can see right now the water's pouring in. You see that? We're gonna see if we put the clean out pump here, we're gonna be able to pump this out. So I'm gonna lower this in and we're gonna turn it on and see what happens. We're gonna try and push this water towards this pump.
Holy yeah. I'm on top, I'm floating. I'm not touching the ground.
If you come check out this hole, it's starting to fill up and I got it really deep. So it's actually below. And right now, Braden and Chint there are kind of weighing down the bubble. And you can see it's lifting this water up, it's pushing this water up, so that's exactly what we want. So with Chinte standing in there and some extra rocks, we're gonna put the pump out and hopefully get some more out. Uh-oh. We got a problem.
I was about to keep that camera on.
Don't do that. Hit me with it. Chinte strength.
All right.
Take 2.
All right, we're gonna try it again. We're getting there. We're getting more and more water out. I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper and I think we're gonna be good. All right, guys, so with us stepping in there and pumping some water out, we were able to get the bubble down. But as you can see, there's still a lot of water in there. And what we're doing now is we're gonna pump some water in here. And that's hopefully gonna push the water down and push it towards the clean out pump where we can pump it out. All right, guys, so after a lot of work, we were able to dig down beside the pond and actually get below this level, stick our clean out pump and pump out a lot of this bubble that was in here. So a lot of that water that got underneath the liners is out of there. We're able to work around it and keep moving forward with this project. Once we get these edges done, the next time it rains, this isn't gonna happen again. Crisis averted. I'm glad we were able to figure it out and keep going. But you know, for now, this project's gotta keep rolling, so we gotta get back to work.
Now that we finished up that unwanted B plot there and reached a happy conclusion to that, we can go ahead and rebuild the pond area that we had to dismantle to fix that problem. Finish up all the rockage we got to do in regards to the pond and the little beautification on the inside of it. And then on the last day, we got a little bit of extra stuff we got to do, namely these stone steppers here. You can see in this time lapse, we're installing steps that go all the way up the side of the pond and across it on a little bridge type thing as well. But once we got that all done, we can go ahead and clean this baby off and she is ready to present. So enjoy.
guys, we're just finishing up this week's build, which was a giant rebuild where we put in a new feature and new steps next to it to replace a existing feature that was here before that had a lot of issues. We had a skimmer that was all warped over there, and we didn't even have a biofalls at the top. It was just a pipe sitting on top of the rocks, and it was leaking out everywhere, and we can imagine the numerous amount of issues that had. So we came in, put in a new Aquascape 1000 skimmer and a 2500 biofalls, and just reworked all this rock to where it was built properly. Before we had a bowl, everything was spilling in, and now we have an enjoyable feature that's going to retain all of that dirt behind it, and we have easy access to enjoy it now with the new steps that we put in. One of the reasons why we put in these new stepping stones versus what they kind of had before, where it was just laying in all rocky-like and not really leveled at all, was because they have an elderly parent that likes to enjoy this feature, and she couldn't before. It was too dangerous, rocks were falling in, the path was just way too steep, you couldn't walk around it, and now we put in these small, sloping, gradual steps so that it's easy for anybody at any age to get around this feature and actually get to take a look at it and enjoy it. Hey guys, if you like this video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe. Share it with your friends and family. Show us around. Maybe one day you'll want to have one of these features in your backyard. Thanks for sticking with us.